I feel like I should have the Bible and then start a sermon after that music. What do you guys think? Maybe I should start doing that. Where's my Bible? Ah, it's over there. Okay, cool. It's close by. All right. Hi. Morning, evening, afternoon. Always out of order. You ever notice that? I'm just kooky like that. Yeah. So there's a greetings. Now I say, hi, I'm Doc Skinner. This is 1028 Live. Where? Broadcasting from the beautiful White Mountains of Arizona, here in North America. I don't know what to say anymore. Here on this round planet. Oh my God, it's too depressing. All right, moving on. God, more stuff. Hope you're having a good day. Enjoy it, savor it. God knows what's going to happen tomorrow. Let me show you over here in the bottom corner. Actually, no. Can I reverse that? Well, let me do that. That sucks. Well, let me do that. What if I do this? Boom. Now, there we go. Okay. So this video, I'm giving credit, YouTube and Facebook. Listen to me. I'm giving them credit. This is Armstrong Williams. He lives across the street from the U.S. Capitol grounds. And he went to bed last night, and it was normal. And then woke up this morning to this. Now, I'm going to play just the first bit of audio. And I'm trying to get a hold of Armstrong Williams. So Armstrong, contact me. I want to talk to you. This is really good. Check this out. Go back here. Good.
Guys, when I went to bed last night, this was not here. This is crazy. What? So, I mean, I'm telling you, I live here. I literally live across the street. I am just shocked to see the whole thing has been caged in.
Multiple buttons. Okay, so I don't know I had audio problems yesterday with this, so I don't know if you got to hear that. I told it to play the audio, but it's Armstrong Williams waking up this morning to the entire Capitol all fenced off. And let's see, can I do it like that? No, I want to do it the other way. How do I switch it? It won't let me switch. That sucks. All right, so we'll do it this way. And there we go. No. Ugh. All right. So anyway, he's talking, and there's soldiers every like 20 feet. It's they can't answer any questions. Of course, that's National Guard. But let me fast forward this a little bit. So he's told he can walk around this fence, but he has to stay on a certain side of the street. So let me show you the entrance to this area, or he's going to show you. I'm just playing the video. So it's all like warded off. You got these special, I mean, I guess dug these and boom, boom, boom. Now they got these concrete things up. This poor guy. But let's see if I can fast forward. It goes on and on and on. So go to Armstrong Williams on Facebook, and it was Facebook Live, and you can watch the whole video. But it just goes on and on and on. He walks all around. He just keeps going and going everywhere he goes. It's all fenced in. There he is. There's Armstrong Williams, giving him credit because he did this video. I admire the guy. He was very polite. He didn't cause a ruckus. He was very cordial. He's pressed. So but anyway, go and check that all out. And then there's more. I mean, you can't get to anything. So please go to Armstrong Williams on Facebook. You might be able to find him on YouTube. I didn't have time to look this up because I just came across this, or it was sent to me actually. I think by Kathy Bennett. So it just keeps going and going and going. So he goes to church for a second, and then comes back out, and it's just they did this overnight, folks. They did this last night in the cover of darkness. They just boom, 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 boom. Now, is it possible? Oh yeah, it is. You got the National Guard out there. You got a truck rolling with all the pallets, or another truck with the base plates and poles. You got to just team. Yeah, it could be done overnight. But I want you to see this, and I'll see Armstrong Williams because give credit where credit is due. And know that, gosh, man, that was overnight. What's going to happen tonight when we're all asleep? I posted a video. It was sent. I think from a truck stop in. I think someone narrowed it down in somewhere in New Jersey off of I-95, I think, or I-90, 90 or 95, and it was troops coming through. And I saw somebody say it's probably a training mission. I'm like, training missions, they're not fully loaded, and cocked, rocked, and ready to roll. I mean, all the trucks had all the guns on them. Normally, they don't have them mounted when they're, in transport. To my knowledge, I could be wrong, but folks, whether you like it or not, something is about to happen. Military is ready to go to war with China, possibly Russia. I don't know about the Russia, but I know China, they're pretty tiff because China tried to, supposedly this was on Nancy's laptop, that she was facilitating the sale of General Electric Dynamics or whatever, the ones that do all the jet engines, GE, to this Chinese company, and they were going to do the deal in Pakistan right when the whole quarter of the country went blackout. Then we had the Vatican was blacked out. We had Quebec was blacked out and has now curfew from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. Let's just put differences aside, shall we? Can we do that? Can you do that? Because from what I see from a lot of my friends' posts, there's a lot of hate and name calling and a lot of playground mentality, like schoolyard playground mentality. Hold on. You know what that means. Oh, yeah. So, I'm scared. Not as much for me, but for a lot of people that are going to witness a rude awakening. And many of you that follow, have felt this storm coming. And so you've prepared. That's good. Those that haven't, those are the ones I'm scared for. Those that don't know no better, that talk to the wrong people, those are the ones I'm scared for. But I know a lot of people are like, well, we could just pray. We can pray that everything will be okay. Or it'll blow over. No. This country is about to see something. It's going to be something. And a lot of people aren't going to be able to handle it. And I feel for them. Have you guys ever known me, other than Nancy politely, ever really make fun of anybody? Um, or chew anybody or take anybody down? Try to take them down a notch or two? And if I have, point it out. Tell me. I'm not recollecting right now, but I've always tried to be positive. And this isn't like a prelude to I'm going to lose my shit in a minute and like go off. No, it's not like that. I'm just saying I really, really, I believe in peace and all that, but war happens all over this planet. And at one time or another, is it now time for America to have its own war? And I'm not instigating nothing. I'm asking a question. I'm kind of lost. I remember when people used to all hang out and we could all converse and talk, and and it was done freely, and now people don't even hang out with each other. They just, go do their thing and come home. We've It's 1984, folks. And a lot of you think because it's still living, really good, that it can't happen to you. Now, look, I'm just saying because he is the president of the United States still as of this moment. But the fact that all media and now all these platforms all at once decide all to drop, you know, delete our president of the United States. No matter what you think of him, he's still that's a title, and until the 20th, right? Okay, well, why would they shut all that down? Especially right after the 6th when the laptops disappeared. It wasn't just one, it's 12 laptops. And immediately that's when we need to impeach, we need to impeach. So he can never run for president again. It's the last straws. They all got busted, and oh my God, the buzz on the internet is just mind blowing. Let's get to all my lovely people out here. We're gonna start over here in Facebook land. Mark J, I love you, brother. How are you? What am I getting now is our military leaders want war with China and are trying to provoke them to war. God, I hope not. But nothing. I can't dismiss anything anymore. Hey, Doc. So happy you are coming on. Thank you, Teresa. Glad to be here. Um, Took me a minute to hit the go live button, to be honest with you, because I got Carrie Mavis. Oh, I'm not gonna get all sappy. We're gonna continue here. Carrie Mavis is here. Hi, sweetie. Hope you're doing well. You and the family getting all bunkered down. Isabella, hello. Hola. Yep. Jan Freeman says, "Holy conspiracy." That's, I guess, a video. I don't know. Shakya.com. I'll have to look at that later. Skylar, hey brother, what's up, Doc? Yeah, that's me. Cousin Judy. We've got my main man, Joel Young, says, what's up, Doc Star? Bill Winger says, where did you get all the fencing so fast? Knew something would happen, right? It just happened to be on standby. Dave Deadwalder says, you're making me want to roll a fatty. Brother, I don't talk about that stuff on my show, but right now I'm saying if you have them, roll them. May not be able to do it again by the end of the week. J Bean, hey. Joel says, it's time, Doc. Our country that I love has turned into something I don't recognize. I know, brother. Brother, you need to get your butt over here. Come hang out with me, man, because I've been dealing with all this crap on myself. Look, I'm still smiling. Hold on. Alexandra Rona says, hey, how are you doing? I am breathing. The Lord allowed me to wake up this morning, so that is a good thing. And yeah, that's about it. Yeah. It was just phone calls and all kinds of stuff. Lily Thomas is here. Welcome. Hey there. All right, let's get over to chat in the rest of the platforms, whatever ones are left that haven't been taken down. Of course, YouTube's here. Mike Johnson, good evening, all. He says, Vernon Daniels, what's up, Doc? That's me. B. Baker says, hi. Are you tired of all the fake announcements of Trump doing an address? I am. Well, yes, and I guess, yeah. It's like when you're gonna have a sneeze, and it's gonna be released, and you're like, it's over, and then you get stuck, and then it doesn't happen. You're like, God, darn it, and you can't get it back. I could have got another out with another example, but keeping it PG. Wait, where did it go? Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, you guys are going nuts. This is awesome. Jesus, no, there's more. Oh my God, you guys typed a lot. Oh my God, I gotta go all the way back up. Okay, okay, all right. We're gonna have to do this again. If I don't get to them, I'm just gonna call you guys out. Okay, so just roll call. Ha! That's when we start calling it. Start calling it roll call. Mike Johnson is here. Vernon Daniels, B. Baker, Miss Justice. Hello, Vernon. You guys are chatting. It's awesome. Charlie Leonard. Hello. Good day from down under in Australia. Welcome, Charlie. Um, B. Baker says black screen. Okay, so I can't. So it's not letting me share this. So this is broken. This sucks. I can't share screen now. At least you can see me. That's good. Dennis from Australia is here. I got my Australian peeps in the house. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Can't wait till I can come visit sometime. Let's see. We got Vernon, Mike Johnson, and I will read these hopefully in a second. I just want to do a roll call. Valerian Mack is here. Let's see. Valerian Mack. Kamikaze Angry Patriot is with us as well. Who else? Alien Girl 111. Christina British and Proud. Hi. Sorry. When you're a woman and you tell me you're in bed with a handsome man, but you're spending the time watching my show, you get the little "how you doing." Let's see. Okay, we got through it. So let's see what I can read up here. I read over at Facebook. Mike says, "Good evening. I read that. Pastor Doc. Oh, that'd be funny. You want to hear something funny? I'll tell you this, honest to truth. I had a stint in my life where I wanted to be a pastor. They don't allow swearing, so get slipping. Anyway, if my voice sounds like crap, it's because I've been on the phone or video conferencing for 3 days straight. So we will see how far I can go tonight. And let me do this real quick. Let me put my little invite in here because I love y'all. Wait, I already did it, so I gotta go here. Go over here, hit paste. Go over here, hit paste, and then enter. And over here, enter. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that link right there. If you click on that, you have a webcam and a microphone, or microphone and the webcam. One of those little ones, like I got. This is one I got. You never get to see it. I got 2 of them. So something simple. This is what I do my big, really cool show with. Because I'm broke usually. So I'm going to turn off this screen share since that doesn't work. It's really bummed me out, man. So that's there, and that's there in the Facebook land. Let me go over here. Read all that. Hello. It's 9:11 p.m. Yes, it was. Emergency PM, emergency o'clock PM. Vernon saying. Lots of chit chat between you guys. That's cool. Say that twice. Civil War. Combination of Red Dawn and Jericho. Ooh. Look, there was a video. Look, remember I tell you I get a lot of videos. Today, it's when I get the same video, like from 20 to 30 different people. I remember I had my thing. I was like, please, if you could, just give me a little description of what you're asking me to click on. Not just, here's a video, even though I do it too. I know I'm bad at it. But still, I get a lot more coming in than I got going out. And that way I can get an idea. Because but I kept getting these same 2 videos for the past 12 hours. It's Daniel, Charlie, Ward, and Simon Parks. 1,673,773 views. It came out today. Let me do this for you guys. Let me do this real quick. Because I can't show videos. I'm going to put this down in the chat room so you can copy, paste it, and open up another tab so you have it set aside so you don't forget. And it's over here on the YouTubes. Hey, Rick, what's up, brother? I see you as I peek over on the FB page. So there's this video. You don't have to watch it right now. It's about 21 minutes. I was actually just finishing up watching it. This was running a little late. I still didn't get to, I was listening to it. I was walking around the house, so I didn't pay enough attention to it as it deserves, I guess. But yeah, check that out. It's a little bit later. And then the other video, um, crap, I don't know where it went. I don't know. Everybody was sending me. It's two different guys in their car talking about they got friends in the military or whatever, and finding out stuff and other stuff. So let me close this out. But do. Oh no! I don't want to watch myself. God, why would I do that? That's just so boring. Okay, so I'm trying to find. Here it is. Okay, so I can't screen grab because it's just giving you a black screen because they're really trying to hold us down. So I'm gonna have to read this to you, but I will show you. Okay, I'm gonna turn this, turn that. Okay, President Donald J. Trump approves District of Columbia emergency declaration. This is from White House Gov. Right there, White House Gov. Okay, so you know what I'm reading. Okay, I just want you to know that. All right, let's get it on. This is scary, folks. This is scary. But we were warned of this a few days ago. I even posted it or talked about it, where they're telling all the patriots, stay at home. Martial law is going to go into effect, and let them do what they're going to do. And just stay at home, possibly for 30 days. That's why everybody's going around. That's why all the shelves are just disappearing. I've said in the past, prep. Prep, don't scrap. That should be a hashtag. Hashtag prep, don't scrap. Because if you prep, you got good stuff. But if you wait to the last second, you're just grabbing the scraps. Man, that's like a really long fortune cookie. All right. You guys ready to hear this? Wait, wrong camera. Remember I told you I had two? I'm looking at you. Here we go. Today, President Donald J. Trump declared that an emergency exists in the District of Columbia and ordered federal assistance to supplement the district's response efforts due to the emergency conditions resulting from the 59th presidential inauguration from January 11th to January 24th, 21. The president's action authorizes the Department of Homeland Security, Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, to coordinate all disasters or disaster relief efforts which have the purpose of alleviating the hardship and suffering caused by the emergency on the local population, and to provide appropriate assistance for required emergency measures authorized under Title V or Title 5, right? Yeah, it's 5. I know it's 5. And just kidding. I'm going to crack jokes tonight. I have to. I'm just going to lose my mind if I just be serious. It's just I can't. So if you don't like it, build a bridge. Get over it. Okay. Sorry. A little frustrated. Okay. The staff of the Stafford Act to save lives and to protect property and public health and safety, and to lessen or avert the threat, or lessen, not a lesson, but to lessen. Avert the threat of a catastrophe in the District of Columbia. Specifically, FEMA is authorized to identify, mobilize, and provide at its discretion equipment and resources necessary to alleviate the impacts of the emergency. Emergency protective measures limited to direct federal assistance will be provided at 100% federal funding. Pete Gaynor, Administrator, Federal Emergency Management Agency. Department of Homeland Security named Thomas J. Farragon as the federal coordinating officer for the federal recovery operations in the affected area. For further information, media should contact FEMA's news desk. All right. Saw the video. I just showed a little. Oh, you didn't get to see the video. How can I do that? No, I can't do that. So I closed it out. Well, Farfik Nugan. Anyway, Washington, D.C. Oh, here it is. I'm going to do this. They're going to try to black out my screen share. There we go.
Guys, when I went to bed last night, this is not here. This is crazy. National Guard, when you guys arrived? Wait a minute, you guys didn't build the fence? So who built the fence? Contractor overnight. This is unbelievable. This happened overnight. I went to bed last night. This is not here. I'm amazed at what our government can do if they're motivated. They literally built a fence around the Capitol grounds. In the military, the National Guard, you guys are here. I can't even touch my brothers. Can I touch your hand? I can't even shake my brother's hand. They will make me stay on this side. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. If the world has changed, are we more safe? You think we're more safe? This is unbelievable. What now? This is what they're telling us. So if I have my press credentials, I can come through. Oh my goodness! I gotta see this. Come on, man. You gotta see this. There. Look at the National Guard. This is where we normally. This. Look at this. This is totally, guys. This is.
Okay, I'm gonna fast forward.
Oh my goodness! Look at this. Just absolutely. Oh my goodness! It feels like a prison. Okay. How long is it? Is this permanent? You're not answering no questions? Oh no, I know.
He just keeps going and going.
I didn't stay. I'm shocked. I didn't expect it. Good morning. How are you guys doing?
Wow.
He came in the dead of night. Look how fast they can get things done. Look at this. They're protecting themselves from us, we the people. Military, armed, standing guard. Oh my goodness, look at what the protesters, they're taking full advantage. Look at this. Oh my, it happened in Seattle and Portland and Ferguson. Look at this. I don't blame you. Forum guys, the Association of the United States, sealed up. This is what we become. And most Americans, the majority of them are peaceful. You pay your tax, things of freedom.
Okay. All right. So you get the gist, right? They're talking about doing this at every capital. And you know, every time they come out with some new security that they pull out for whatever they do, that security system or that new form of security gear, whatever, stays there. I don't know what to say. Let me check over here on Facebook real quick. Reba, hi dear, how are you? Mark says, just got the same video today from others that said, I know, it's been going viral. I just hope that they give a countdown to martial law so we know how much time it's left before we have to hunker down. No, Mark, bro, now. There's, I mean, the clock has already started. We all need to hunker down. I just wish... never mind. I was going to do my Bill Clinton going, I just had someone to hunker down. I can't even do it right now. My throat's raw. Okay. Anyway, trying to be funny. Christopher's here. Hey, he says, interesting. Hey, Doc, did you watch the deep fake video I sent you? No, sir, I haven't. I've been dealing with all this other stuff. I know about a lot of that. I've done that kind of thing. Anyway, yes, I will get to, I get, shit, today I had like 300 and something videos sent, and most of them were duplicates over and over and over again, but I got a lot of videos. So, and trying to keep up with everything for you guys, it's sometimes some videos I have to put on the back burner. Let's go over here. Kamikaze's over here. Causes havoc in the chat room. What's up, Kamikaze? Let's see. Let's go. God, you guys are so active over here. Come on down. It's okay. We've been lied to, and the truth has been shown, and now the ancient truth is time to be exposed. I agree. There's gonna be some truths exposed. That's for sure. Yeah. See, Mac and Mel, they're there. People were worried I was, I got rid of them. Like, no. We're still waiting on their ship to come get them. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I may not be able to keep up. This is why I need moderators. I need moderators. I mean, I really I don't think I need moderators. You guys are really awesome. We don't really get jerks in here. Um, and I think, a lot of people worry about their count trying to get like a gazillion views or whatnot. Um, yeah, but they do, and I moderate for a couple, and the crazies just come out of the woodworks. So I really do appreciate each of you, all my regulars that I call out each night, and even the new ones that come in every now and then and take a peek. I appreciate each of you because you're interactive, and I love it. Uh, Thanks, Dave Dennis says I'm welcome in Oz anytime. Appreciate it. Okay, so there's the links I sent. Uh, you guys are talking. It's just a lot of you talk to each other, so I don't want to read those conversations because they're out of sync. Um, Led down the wrong path, but it's okay. Some will be led down the wrong path, but it's okay. It's what we do to help bring them back. Slowly show them, don't beat them over the head with it. Kamikaze, that is words of wisdom. Thank you very much for that comment. I loved that comment. He also said Parler is suing Amazon because Amazon controls all the servers for many applications, and Parler is one of them. And they did. They shut Parler down. It is no longer there. My page is gone. Like everybody else's website is down. It's I hope they did a lot of backing up the past 48 hours. But I'm Skinner S, so probably didn't get to me. Um, let's see, they're coming for us all. If you're not in the crowd or the in crowd, yeah, they're coming for us. I don't know what to tell you guys. I mean, I can just sit here and just show you stuff. I read you the thing from the White House. Um, I'm gonna do this one more time. Let me do this one more time. If anybody wants to come and jump in on the show with me, hopefully it'll work. The screen share obviously doesn't work for Shays Whiz. And there we go, a little paste over there, hit enter there. So Restream IO is me, by the way, if you haven't figured that out yet. And over on Facebook, of course, it's me. You can click on that link. Hey, there's my, thank you, Rick. God, I love this guy. All right, cool. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce to you Rick Mackey from Get Esoteric Live. Uh, there we go. All right. How you doing, sir? Good. I,
Can you hear me now?
it's always a check mark or a button, isn't it?
Yeah, it's always something.
Well, thank goodness I got company tonight. So, um, cool picture. It's a lot of people. Is that a rock concert?
That is
Like the
the
Beatles?
day. That's the day. That's a photograph from the day.
Mm,
That's all the people that showed up there in front of the monument.
wow. They look so violent.
Doesn't it? It's just so violent. It's unbelievable.
And
Trying to
antique.
get the max. Does this thing maximize? I'm trying to figure out, or does
Max,
it just stick in the browser there?
I don't know. I think it sticks in the browser.
Oh, it sticks in the browser. Okay, I was
Yeah.
just curious how it works. I'm just trying to get the lay of the land.
Have we ever got everything we've wanted yet?
I know, right?
Uh,
I wanted to ask you a question. If
yeah.
you're up for it. So, what did you think about the Pompeo speech? Did you feel like that was leading up to something, or just sort of
Uh,
generic? Or
well, um, when was it?
was today? Oh, you did watch it.
Yeah, well, I've been staying up all night until sunup, kind of keeping tabs
Yeah.
on stuff. And I got that video of the troops going through the truck stop with full, like guns with ammo in them, ready to go. And usually don't transport like that. So I was
So
able to get that out.
they had all day today. They were saying, Trump's going to come on at, what did they say? They started at like it was 9 a.m. Then it was moved to 1 or something like that, and then they kept moving it out, and it was out to 3, and then it was not Trump. Then he put Pompeo in there instead,
So this
and they had some kind of a sort of like a, I don't know. They were saying things like about China and China's influence over media and different, fake news and everything else. What was the? I don't know if anybody knows. What was the name of the broadcast organization? It's I can't remember the name of it.
that's like pro-Trump.
No, this was RSBN. Right Side Broadcast Network was one of the ones that was covering it, but there were other ones too covering it. But I can't remember the. There was a media outlet at DC, and I can't remember the name of it.
Own
I had never heard of it actually, and
OANN.
it's not. No, it's something that the government runs. Yeah, and
Huh.
I had never heard of it. I can't remember the
Right
name.
Side News.
I should have wrote it down. Right Side Broadcast Network will have it. Yeah, if you go
Yeah,
there.
Right Side. Someone
RSBN. If you just type in RSBN, it'll come up in
okay
YouTube.
on the YouTubes.
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
So their last video has it, and if you don't even have to run it. You could just fast forward. You'll see there's a background on it, and that tells you what the government media center was. I have no idea. I've never heard of it before. But at any rate, first thing they did was they started off with some of the people giving Pompeo an introduction, and they were talking about things like fake news and mass media influence and foreign influence over the media and different things like that. They started it, kind of laying it out that way, and I think that's sort of setting it up for the whatever activities that are gonna follow.
Well,
So
you saw the video of all the fencing, right? Around where you were just a few days ago.
I haven't seen that actually. I did see like a brief clip of it, but I didn't actually see the whole. But they've set all that up, and they have all the military there now, and I saw all that part.
Yeah, yeah. I played it a little while ago,
Okay.
and it's just 12-foot metal fencing all around DC. And this one guy, Andrews, I forgot his name already. I mentioned it earlier. Give him credit. He lived like across the street, and he went to bed that night, and it was nothing. Woke up next morning, he's got troops and fence and all that. He's like, "How did they do this in one night?" I mean, you got a bunch of troops. I mean, and a couple, 2 or 3 trucks. Do 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 do. You can pop it out, but the fact that he woke up the next day, basically martial law. And then we have this announcement. Did you hear about from the president, from the White House? He approves District of Columbia for emergency declaration.
Yeah. Yeah, he agreed to the emergency declaration.
Yeah.
But you don't know if that's really for the inauguration or if it's for some other reason,
Yeah. It's kind of wordy.
It could go either way.
Kind of makes it bland, but
you think it's setting it up for martial law and all that and the rest?
I've had too many people tell me, send me intel that bunker down for at least 2 to 4 weeks.
I know.
Don't go anywhere. Stay at home. Let what happens, and it'll be a whole new day.
Right.
I'm happy where I'm at. That I am where I'm at, but God, and in 30 days is nothing. Shit, we all made it through COVID, right? So it's a walk in the park.
Right.
But are we going to come out of our caves to a new country, and a new name, or maybe a new language? I don't know, man. I mean, this could be Red Dawn. This could be, an inside job. It's whatever is getting ready to happen is happening. It's like the fuse has been lit and it's waterproof, so you can't put it out. And
I've also heard there's claims that there's supposed to be armed protesters there during the inauguration. I don't know if you heard that rumor that's going around now. And that was one of the reasons for calling this or whatever. I don't know. There's so many different narratives and different things people are saying.
that's the thing.
I
Yeah.
don't, I'm trying not to, unless there's some kind of real solid, evidence and backing to this stuff. It's like, even with the Simon Parks, the latest one,
Uh,
I feel like, I don't know if you saw that one. Simon
yeah,
Parks.
I wasn't done with it. I had stopped because I had to start my show.
Oh, okay.
Can you, no, don't worry. You're not going to spoil anything. Just, can you regurgitate for us that video? Because I know
Yeah,
that one I got like 40.
there was a woman that they had on their show. You saw Danielle, right? I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't know that person.
Danielle, Charlie Ward, and Simon Parks. Yes.
I've never seen this woman Danielle before.
Really?
Should I have? Because I've never, I've never seen her. I don't know, because I mean she's saying things like, the government's going to use the rods of, what the rods of God are.
Yeah, it's the satellites that drop these. They're missiles basically, but they're very small. They're like sharp cones. I know this because the last time I did this, she was a missileer in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and I was hanging out on base, and on the TV they were showing one of their videos, like, we're proud we have these missiles, da da da. And they're showing all this cool stuff, and they can either be launched into space and then come out, but they use gravity to pull them down faster,
Right.
and they're very, very precise.
It's like sending a. It's
I
like
mean, like I
sending
could be really pissed at you and me right now, and go, okay, take it out, and literally, it would look like we just had spontaneous human combustion. Everything else would be fine, unless they really wanted to cause some damage.
Depends on the size of the rod.
Right, right, and these rods are no joke, no joke, and they don't need the fuel or energy or power to hit their target. They just use the power of gravity. They get them aimed just right and then drop.
It's like a small asteroid hitting the Earth, basically.
Exactly. I think they got the concept from that. But anything,
right? And they say it's more powerful than some of the nuclear weapons, but it doesn't have the fallout.
Right. No radiation. But
yeah.
The impact is so boom. So yeah, that's something fun to think about. This.
That's what she's saying. They're potentially going to use against some dam or whatever that's in China, with a bunch of laboratories in there for human experimentation and all this other stuff, and also potentially nuclear weapons in there. And then, Simon's like, well, I don't know if they're nuclear weapons. I don't think they would, go after that if it was nuclear, because of, the fallout and everything. But she claims that that's what she was told, and that she doesn't know anything about the rods of God. She just said to say that, and the way that she was told to describe it was do you remember the movie G.I. Joe 2, where they had that concept in it? G.I. Joe 2.
G.I. Joe 2. Didn't that one have Bruce Willis in it?
You can actually, if you typed in YouTube G.I. Joe 2 and then Rods of God, you'll have just that one scene. And that gives people an idea of, that's obviously over dramatic for Hollywood, but
they called it.
It.
That's right.
Yeah.
There's I guess, I don't know if that's the right one.
But at any rate, she was saying that they're planning to use that, but the first thing is to use the emergency broadcast system or some way of getting information out to the world,
right?
About why they're going to do it or something.
And also,
why would they be telling the game plan? So here's the problem I have with all that is, why would you be saying what you're going to do, what you're going to use, and what you're going to target? I really don't think that anybody would really do that unless they were trying to maybe scare China or scare somebody,
just kind of,
I don't know,
puffing their chest.
Right.
Well, something's happening, and there's
So, something's definitely happening. Yeah,
yeah.
there's no question. No question.
Um,
But I think it's like maybe a disinformation thing where they kind of say look over here and then we'll get you over there. you know.
right. Now, let me ask you, uh, what are your feelings on Q as of right now?
um,
Real or
I
psyops?
mean, I've seen enough stuff come true that couldn't possibly have come true unless there was some kind of connection.
Mhm.
So, I mean, things like, oh, have Trump tweet Obamagate at this time and he does it, I mean, stuff like that's just bizarre to me. But then you have all the ones like you said that never came true, like when they're guessing on a date or whatever. And then Q will come back with, well, there has to be disinformation. You have to throw the enemy off because the enemy's also watching. That's
Yeah,
what I think. That's what I think this was. That's what I think this was. It was kind of like, you're putting out disinformation to kind of throw people off as to when you're going to do things and all of that, you know.
yeah,
So I think there's something there, but I don't know because there was enough times where, things did line up with the posts from the 4chan or 8chan or whatever it is now, 4kun or whatever. 8kun, sorry, it's 8kun. Um, and yeah, that all continued if you follow it, and it's like, okay, there's got, you know, who knows what it is, but there just seems to be too many coincidences. Future proofs
it's
past kind of stuff.
yeah, it's
You know.
even that comment was made multiple times. How many times
Yeah.
can it be a
Right.
coincidence before it's not a coincidence anymore?
Yes.
There's
Right.
still people
Right.
that just don't. Well, the thing is they've been so blinded by it. Even if they were to start opening up right now, I think this is the first time I'll ever say this. I feel it's too late for anybody that hasn't woken up yet. Unless something, I don't know. I don't know. We've been warning and telling people that this time was coming, that something big was going to happen. Looks like we got something big about to happen, and nobody knows the playbook except for the coach.
No, nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody should really know.
Right.
Not the real playbook. It's you should know. You should get hints, and that was the whole point of the dissemination program, is to have people follow it and have it be this massive awakening for the public as we're going through it.
Mhm.
And then later on, that will be a historical archive that you can go to and show other people, if this does come out to pan out. But anyway, so we're going back to the question of what that organization was. It's called the Voice of America in Washington, was the media group
Okay.
that is, basically a bunch of politicians, I guess. I don't really know much about it. It was the first time I saw it, but that was the name of it, Voice of America. I don't know if you've heard of that.
Yeah.
They say it was started like 1940 something. And then they said something about, having China influence, and it sort of kind of fell to the wayside, and now it's under new I guess management, if you will. I don't have any other word for that, but uh
Uh,
directorship or something.
is it called requisition when you obtain something, or
Requisition.
isn't it?
Well, no, just like the directorship, maybe, or they changed like the people who run it.
Yeah. Shoot, I've never had my chat room blow up like this before. I mean, last night and tonight, it's been crazy. High Tech Hippie, hello, real quick. Maurice, Mariposa Don, Miss Justice, welcome, welcome. Um, Mike Johnson and B Baker, she's over here. I think I got everybody. Um, B Baker's like Wolverines. So anyway, I just it's hard to just want to come on here because I don't want to just sit here and regurgitate what all the other shows are saying, because I know my
Yeah,
fans listen
right,
to all the
right.
other shows too.
Well, it's good that we talk about it from the angle of what do you think about it? How are you seeing the connections, between what's being said out there and what we're seeing in the real world? And
Right.
today, the Pompeo speech was still a surprise for me that because it wasn't planned. That's one thing, right? No one planned this. It wasn't planned in advance. It was done last minute. It was changed so much throughout the day because originally RSBN was reporting that it was going to be Donald Trump, and then they switched it from Donald Trump to Pompeo at the last minute, which literally 45 minutes before that hour, I guess. And so I sat there for that 45 minutes waiting for Pompeo to come on, and then he said all that about, they said that about the media initially, the people that were introducing him, and then they, speaking generally about the media being, corrupt and fake news, basically, not with using those words, but that was the gist of it. And then leading into Pompeo's, more of a broad view of China influence and other foreign actors as well, and they didn't get into the election stuff at all. It was simply just, generally speaking, the influence on the U.S. these countries have, in all different areas, politics, media, everything.
There was something I wanted to read. Let's see, is that it? No. It was really good too. Probably saved it on the computer. It was somebody, anyway, I'll find it and read it later. Okay. So how is it up where you're at? Because you're up there on the East Coast. You're closer to DC than we are over here in the desert.
Yeah.
So,
right.
How's the atmosphere where you're at? Do you see things ramping up? Is there more police? Are there guards nearby since you're close to Canada?
We don't have. I'm actually not that close to Canada and Massachusetts, so you'd have to be like New Hampshire, Vermont, and that's a long state, fairly long state, vertically. But here in Massachusetts, I've seen no change at all, nothing. And even the change, there's been no change. Like, people aren't outwardly bashing Trump supporters here, even though this is a liberal state. They're not really doing that, because I think people are starting to wake up, generally speaking. And it's funny because I do go to this breakfast place a lot, and I sit down, and I almost feel like, even though I live in a liberal state, that most people are willing to have the conversation now, like to just talk about it and say, because they're starting to see things that don't line up,
Right. There's just so much that doesn't line up, and you don't have to be in politics. You don't have to be in the media industry like me, and
Nope.
to see it. It's so blatant.
Just have to have a little crack in the matrix, and
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
Let's see. I'm trying to see if anybody's talking much, but Kamikaze's just like dominating the chat room. Let's see.
Rods of God, hypersonic.
I was just going to read that. Yeah, rods of God are some bombs. We're talking about deployed U.S. troops. They simply don't carry 1911. Sorry. I guess that's the guns, the rifles. Vernon says, I was in the Army. I carried 1911 Colt Commander, so I think I know. I was in Alpha 2 out of El Paso. Oh, you guys are in a conversation. See, I love my chat room. They're always interactive, but I feel like
that's all right. Keep reading them, because then they might not want to keep doing that. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I want them to get to it.
No, that's good. It's good. But it's hard to tell. Like, there should be like a go private area where people can go chat privately.
Right.
Like more of a chat to the host.
Wall. Yeah. No, I wish maybe they could set that up, because they have it for me.
Is that a feature?
Huh? Oh, hey, we got somebody here. It's Dave Dennis.
Dave Dennis is coming. There he is.
There he is. Hey, Dave.
Down under. Hey, David.
So
good to see you, brother.
G'day, guys.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Say hello.
Yeah.
How you going?
We're going. We're just in the middle of, I don't know what.
Good to see you. Hi, Rick.
Hey, buddy.
So we got a delay. Dave, so what are you hearing over in Australia? Because you guys have a different, media. I don't know if they're a little more easy going on the news, or if they're controlled as well. But what are you hearing down south in Australia? I need the little dun 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 dun.
Wow, that's a long delay, huh?
That is a really long delay.
Maybe
Well,
he's got the. He's okay.
Oh, now he froze.
of a delay science. And over here in Australia, the mainstream media, we're getting nothing about what's we get nothing about what's actually happening. Any reports that we do have are all negative towards Trump. People here just think, oh, it's done and dusted. Biden is definitely going to be inaugurated on the 20th, and that's what people believe. So none of the truth is getting through. I mean, I try and possibly following a lot of their different streams, and I'm getting.
Okay. Dave is frozen.
Dave's frozen.
Yeah.
Oh, and he got glasses out of nowhere. Yeah,
oh wow.
Now.
Yeah, you got a long delay there. So
Yeah.
I wonder if it's like the
latency.
He might be listening to the browser instead of listening to this here in the browser. I did that in the beginning too. There's a huge delay between the browser and the studio.
So make sure in your settings, Dave, that the audio output is going to the headphones, right? Not.
Yeah, but not from the YouTube. Just you got to shut the YouTube off.
Oh yeah. If you got YouTube, you got to shut that off definitely. That way you're not listening. That's why. That is why. Were you listening to YouTube, Dave? We'll have to wait like 60 seconds to find out.
Yes, I was on YouTube. YouTube.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you got to be in the. You got to be in the.
You got to kill the YouTube. That's what it is.
YouTube on the phone, and
so
I had YouTube on, and I had I've got Facebook on the computer. Yeah, so I'm out of that completely.
All right.
Okay, good. That's better. Yeah. We can hear you real time.
So now we're in time?
Awesome.
Oh, he froze.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was because I wanted to feed.
Yeah, no, don't do that. All right. So there's still a delay.
I was monitoring the feed.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we got a good delay on this one. But so they're not telling you anything down there. Are you guys having lockdowns with the COVID still? I know you were locked in for like 14 days. We'll wait for your response.
That's like 30 seconds.
I mean, did he hear me at all?
I don't know.
I think he's probably talking as we're saying. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Okay.
Maybe you should sign out, sign back. You know, sign out and sign back in.
Hey, Dave, hang up and call us back. See if it'll reset or something, because this is like a 60-second delay, and it's really hard on the competition.
Okay.
Okay, we'll talk to you in a sec. All right. But he got that immediately. Did you notice that?
It's weird. It's like inconsistent latency. So it's kind of like.
It's probably because he has to bounce around satellites to get around back underneath.
Well, first it has to go to our NSA, then it has to go to his version of the NSA, and then
which is what's the name of that place? That place is like the Area 51 and
GCHQ or something. Oh, that's the German one, right?
No. It's like one of the most secret places in the world. Hold on.
Oh,
Australia.
I know what you're talking about.
Area 51. It's got a show, a TV show.
Oh, really? No kidding.
Yeah, it's on Pine Gap. It's called Pine Gap.
Pine
Gap.
I gotta look that up. I want to see
it's a spy base in Australia. Pine Gap, PINEGAP, and
it's like Pine Top, but not.
Yeah, but not. Our stuff's all underground in the mountains.
Right. Well, I mean, it's all underground everywhere.
Yeah, everything's underground. But yeah, Pine Gap, it's not that secret anymore because they have it's either Netflix or Amazon that has the series. I mean, they like funded it, I think. So, all right, so Dave, I guess I don't know that it was, carrier pigeons weren't bringing the megabytes over fast enough.
Carrier pigeons. We're not allowed to use carrier pigeons. We're conservative.
Oh my God.
What
are we gonna do? It's gonna be like we have to like write letters in lemon juice, and have to get like eat some soup. So we have 2 cans and a string.
I was just gonna say that. I was gonna say, do you remember the cans and the string when we were kids?
Yeah.
That's
Oh
funny.
gosh, well, you got to think like children to make things work. I mean, I feel like we're all just we're just children that are older, even our parents. Did Doc have something? I probably did. Shoot, then what? Trump to make arrest in the nation soon. If the fake media don't comply, the license will be taken away. CN77 says, and I have heard that on multiple accounts.
I wanted to say something. I don't have TV, right?
Me neither.
And somebody who's a skeptic, we were talking about them potentially taking out or shutting off some of the other networks while Trump and Pompeo were speaking.
Right.
And this woman's mother, all of a sudden, who's the skeptic, starts emailing her saying they're trying to shut down Fox News. And we don't know why. That came to her today in a text message. And she doesn't have TV either, so she couldn't validate it. Does anybody dialed in know anything about that? Or
hold on, let me check the YouTubes.
Yeah, I worked all day today, so I was kind of like pinging my text a little bit here and there.
But Fox just did Parler with Tucker Carlson, the Parler CEO, tells Tucker they are fighting for survival after mass big tech ban. Yeah, they're going after Amazon. Trump and Pence meet for the first time since Capitol riot. Fox News. Here we go. Actually, there's something like premiering now. Here we go. What's this? And check this shit. Look at this. Look, I get this every time I want to watch a YouTube video. It gives me this error. Normally, people would just click it off, right?
Yeah, I get that too sometimes.
But if you wait, it'll play it.
Oh, no kidding.
So they can track and what video you're watching.
Oh, jeez.
And it's always stuff that deals with this stuff that this happens to. Watch music videos, this stuff won't happen. But that right there, that's why I'm on camera 24/7, whether you see me or not. I just think of it like that. Let's see. Oh, that's a book.
Okay, so let's see. So at around
let me pause that.
One from 1 to if you look at there's this website called Down Detector /status /Fox News, Fox-News, and it has a little ping. It had a ping of outage at around that time.
Really?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the heck that was all about.
Well, power, I think, is
like around 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. They had a lot of spikes all the way up until 4 p.m. Then it went back down after around 5. That's odd. They had a real huge spike there.
Interesting.
And outages.
Well, there was supposedly a huge CME that hit. That's what caused 6.5 in China today.
Oh, okay. So it's probably a completely unrelated thing.
Yeah, well, this was like an out of the ordinary, just came out of the blue kind of solar flare. It caught people off guard. But yeah, it caused that, a few other tremors around. Because, when that hits our bubble, it's like if you take your fist and you slowly push it into a balloon, it's, still that pressure. And it goes on the tectonic plates. They just who was it that BP Earthwatch? He got banned in a lot of places, but he keeps coming back. He was the genius that realized that a few years back, and now scientists, they know when there's a huge CME, depending on what side of the planet it gets hit, there'll be an earthquake over there. So something we didn't know. Anywho, yeah.
So the one thing I haven't seen yet, confirmation of the Insurrection Act being actually signed. You hear all these people saying it,
I
but
think that's why we're waiting to hear
where's
from
the
the president. You
yeah,
know,
where's the so that's why I'm hoping tomorrow that's what the announcement's going to be, but I don't know. I'm really getting skeptical here. Just a little
you
bit.
know, they say stay positive, optimistic, stay true, all that stuff. But
It's tough. It's tough when you've been waiting this long and you've had a lot of things that didn't come true or didn't happen.
I'd rather it be December 24th for a year.
Yeah, me too.
You can't open your presents until 25th. I can handle that. This is driving me nuts.
Mm-hmm.
I know we can hunker down. We did it already.
Yep.
But we didn't do it with troops in the street.
What about that video with the truckers and the tanks? I mean, I think they're going from one extreme, no police presence, to a huge army of people.
Yeah, let me
in
pull
DC.
that up here real quick.
I mean, and it was already armed, which is kind of highly unusual that it would be armed in the rest stop itself. Like normally they put the armor up when they're needing it or when they're setting up for when they need it, right? They don't just have it in the vehicle like that.
Right.
Convoy.
Here it is.
That's to me very strange.
All right. Let me rewind it.
Yeah. Can you do full screen on yours?
Damn gun up there on there. Holy shit. How many more comes? Oh my god, there's more. Yeah. At the truck stop. Holy shit. Yeah, they're fully armed. Oh my god, damn. You'll never see them armed. This is freaking me out a little. Mm-hmm. Wow. I mean, they're fully gunned. Got them on the back too. Holy cow.
I'm turning the camera like I'm actually following the. I fell into it.
He's armed too. For God's sakes. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. That's weird. Should we be worried about something? Or doing something I don't know to do?
She's panicking. She's like, "What are we supposed to do?"
You never see them. You
Right.
never see them in convoys armed. Ever.
There was like 3 or 4 of them, right? That went by.
Yeah, but the last one just sits here and
The lights on.
beams them.
Yeah, that's odd. Like, why do you need the high beam?
Because she's got the camera on him.
Oh, that's what it is. That's what it is. They can actually see that.
She says they're looking at my phone.
I didn't listen.
And that's it. So
That's intense. That's intense.
yeah, right. I'm just gonna close this out.
There was one of the things that Simon brought up was that what they didn't want was because some people in the military are on one side and some people in the military are on the other side. So if they do the Insurrection Act, there may still be a problem with implementing the military the way that they need to.
Yeah, well, here, check this out. For those that haven't seen this, let me bring this up real quick for you. Oh shoot, sorry. Let me go back. Where's my mouse? There we go.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I saw that one too.
These are all the troops. Not all of them, but there's just a group of them. I think we're going to be in martial law by the end of the week.
I think something, but you know, before they can do that, they're going to have to give the people a reason why. So they're going to have to declass some of this information. They're going to have to, now that if they have signed the Insurrection Act, they have the right to do the declass on the data. Once they have the declass on the data, they can actually tell the public about some of the crimes. And then once they get public buy-in, that's how you're not going to have this problem with half the military wanting to participate, because once they see the crime that's out there, that the reason why they're calling martial law to begin with, they're going to be like, oh yeah, we get it now. You know,
Yeah.
I think that's probably the way it's going to go down. It has to do it in that order. You know.
Yeah. Holy crap. So I just got a text from my mom. She asks if I'm okay. You are totally blacked out from me finding you live. Be careful. I love you. What the hell?
What? What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, let me go there too and see if I can
my
see
mom
it.
isn't the most tech savvy, but I mean, she watches this all the
Yeah,
time, so I don't know why it would.
I'm sure.
But I see people in the chat room. Everybody here, nothing I ever expected to see, Christina says. Good stuff. Charlie has signed up months ago. Keeps talking to each other.
Let's see.
Yes to earthquake. Folks, it's finally a point where I can't keep up with the chat room. I apologize. So what?
I see us clearly.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
It might be in her area. I don't know.
It could be, yeah, because they can do it by zone. They can do it, you know, depending upon the service that they're hitting and which area.
And she lives in Dallas, Fort Worth, which is, you know, huge metro. They call it the Metroplex. It's like 1,000 cities and towns. Searches is not blacked out.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're messing with all the server infrastructure right now, trying to see what they can switch off and switch on, and you know, so they see what kind of control they have. You know, if they do need to do a blackout, you know.
Yeah. Let me see if I can redirect her. She's been really worried because everybody I know and she knows and she follows too are all being taken down. So I haven't gotten. Shite.
What happened? You okay?
No, I totally forgot. I meant to have a guest tonight. I feel like a schmuck.
Okay.
No, hold on.
There's still time. You want me to drop?
No. Don't drop.
Well, I can stay on with it.
I just need to text him real quick. That was a weird streaming experience. Dave Dennis says, didn't work for me from here. Couldn't get it back in. Thought I'd give it a go. All good, Dave. Let's see. All good, Dave. Okay. Voice is weird.
It's always good to get his perspective because he's, you know,
Australia, yeah.
Central.
Well, I meant to have. I still. Let me just do this real quick. Still available. Are you available for call? Okay. Yeah. John Carmen's former White House Presidential Detail Secret Service, and I've been wanting to get his thoughts on everything going on. And let's see if he answers, because I meant to do it, but everything got all up in the air, and I didn't get a chance to call him today. I'm a schmuck. So we'll see if he answers that here in a minute. Let me go over and check in the backup communication device and make sure, because if we could get him on and get his thoughts, I mean, you stay too. You don't have to leave.
Okay. Checking the hotline.
Huh?
You checking your hotline?
Yeah, the bat phone.
The back channels.
Yeah, John. Okay. Oops. No, not with an A. Okay, John. CARMAN. Nothing found. What the hell? Where'd you go?
I'm right here. I was just
you scared me.
Doing a little something there.
Yeah.
Whenever that pops up, I'm you know, trying to go get a drink or something.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. What? Okay. Well. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna call him. Okay, and we are live. Are live. Okay. All right, so let me call John Carmen. Get my super duper studio phone holder.
Go ahead.
Hi, John. Doc Skinner.
Hey, you could have just called. I was on another call and I would have flipped it or cut off the other guy, which I did anyway. But it's kind of a hassle if you text me. I'm on a flip phone. It's better just to call.
Oh, my bad. Well, I'm just we're here live on.
I was just telling him. I thought I was going to get a call, and I just remembered. I said, "Hey, I thought I was going to get a call from my buddy," and then all of a sudden you messaged me. How's that for psychic, right?
Yeah, synchronicity, my friend. Yeah, I've been. I got also Rick Mackey from Get Esoteric Live, and we've been just talking about the events and how DC is now all fenced up like a prison. Oh yeah, overnight, National Guard came in.
Do you have actual contacts in DC that have seen it and can send you a picture of it?
No, I got this guy who woke up and he looked across the street and saw that the Capitol, all the grounds have all been fenced, and he videoed it. I've got it. I showed it on my show already tonight. It's actually on my Facebook page right below this live video, and it's about 22 minutes long, and he's walking everywhere, and it's all.
The reason I'm saying it that way, and I want you to just bear with me.
Okay.
If you trust me, you're going to understand. I have to ask certain questions very direct, very succinctly to get an answer something else that explains, okay, that sounds valid, that's good, and then we move on to the next point, because somebody told me this morning there was activity in Marina Del Rey.
Okay.
I want you to jump all over Marina Del Rey right now.
I can't. I'm doing a live show.
I know. I'm telling you for a reason. When you get a chance, with your left hand, your right hand, and if you got somebody else to do something, tell them to see what the activity is in that town right now, since this morning, and see what they come up with.
All right. Hold on, Rick.
Trump is probably over at Midland, Texas. He may have gone to the Alamo town or not. Yeah, doing other stuff, but he could still fly over to the West Coast while he's out and about. Who knows? But I'm trying to confirm other activity that's going on that's really big, because it's not normal activity from my old agency. And I'm not going to mention those terms because I don't want to.
That's fine.
You understand why.
Okay.
Right. It's a real special deal. So, yeah, I'm just going to grab something here to eat. You want to do something, what, like right now, 20 minutes, half hour, or what?
Oh, we're live right now.
Oh, well, then tell me, damn it.
I did. I started the phone call with that.
Can I say fuck on the radio?
Yeah, you can.
You can now.
Bleep it out. Tell me the name of your buddy over there.
Rick Mackey, Maki.
Rick Mackey.
I want a resume sent to me too, and a background check on it too.
Okay, Rick.
Okay, so
resume and all that. give him those special headshots.
Right.
Questions. I want the hard comments. Now I'm on my phone, which is a little bit iffy because of the ear jack. It's been acting up. Like if I touch it wrong, it's going to go staticky, and everybody gets really weird about it. And I just tell them, get the fuck over it, or I'm going to put it on speakerphone. I don't like speakerphone, but we could do a thing on the Skype or a laptop thing too. I don't think we did. I think ours were just verbal, right?
No, we did a video because people were like, "Why is he hiding his face?" And someone tried to say that you were a con man. I was like, and I stopped him in their tracks and said, just for the record, I told him to light the room that way. It wasn't his choice. And they're like, oh, so.
No, I don't have enough money to pay for a bill to buy extra lighting. Fuck them. If they want to give me money for extra lights, then they can buy me an extra a lamp or some shit, right?
Yeah, and by the way, for those who don't know, John Carmen, he was not hired for Secret Service or Border Patrol or any of that on his chart.
Yeah, U.S. Customs, U.S. Yeah, what are you from? I'm from the U.S. I got to lighten up and realize I'm on the air because I don't feel like I'm on the air yet. And I'm diabetic. I got heart issues. I have to go back into the hospital for an angioplasty. I had to fire one attorney. They're scumbags too. I had to fire one doctor who gave me an EKG over 2.5 months ago. He failed to give me the results, and I'm still getting these backstrap activated muscle things and short-term memory loss, which is lack of oxygen.
Mm-hmm.
And if I start getting out of breath, then I'm in trouble. That means I have to go 911, go to the hospital, where I got the Iranian guys to do it. They're good. And the doctor I've got now, a new doctor, cardiologist, is Afghanistan American. So professional, they know what they're doing. Sonogram, EKGs, ultrasounds, to check, see if you're pregnant.
Right. Mm-hmm.
They're really accurate, and they can do it without too much pain and suffering like these other older doctors that I fired. So
yeah. Well, speaking of Pakistan, you brought that up. Last night or yesterday, I think it was a quarter of the country of Pakistan had a blackout. No electricity. I don't know if it's back on yet now or not.
What near Kabul or someplace?
I don't know, but here's the stories that have been going.
What I was interested in, because I heard other intel, because you know me, I'm always on the phone or getting intel.
Right.
And today I had to take a little bit of a break and actually take a nap.
Oh, that's okay. What was
all the major cities are being targeted, according to another source I just talked to about an hour and a half ago.
Okay.
So if the major cities are going to get attacked, that's Antifa doing stuff. And
yeah.
Kind of like hesitating, go, gee, I sort of let it out about Marina Del Rey. Stay the flock away from Marina Del Rey, folks, right?
Wow. Okay.
There's a fire there today, it looks like 59 minutes ago. One hospitalized in Marina Del Rey fire.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this, though, John. So,
go ahead.
So the internet has been ablaze with things. But the thing is you get 2 or 3 of these stories or theories that are coming from a lot of reputable people. So
well, it depends on what that means, because I've had disconnects. Typically, I had, you get the usual telemarketer calls on your cell phone. When they don't answer you cut it off and then you block the number.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at the internet, and I'm keying in like Hunter Biden's picture with him and a little girl about 7 or 8 years old, dressed up in a panties and bra with makeup on and stockings. That's serious stuff. And when you go to that guy's account on Twitter, he's no longer there. I think it was Kramer Says, at Kramer Says, S-E-Z. I think it was common spelling, at capital C, Kramer, capital S-E-Z, all one word. Couldn't find it. So the account's been blocked or closed already. But they say they have all this information. What the flock are people doing in D.C.? Rudy Giuliani, Sidney Powell, wake the flock up. What are you doing? And they're wasting time in the courts. It's time to do martial law or the Insurrection Act, and then I just got another.
Well, that was signed yesterday, the Insurrection Act. That's Rick. Am I correct? That's the one that was signed.
That's the rumor. I haven't seen any validating information.
Yeah, and that's I think why everybody's waiting to hear.
.gov website.
Yes, we're hoping that we'll hear something. But let me read what did come from the White House. I'll read it.
Direct updates, but we're getting people filming with armored carriers with military troops, American troops, allegedly, with full armaments, carrying live weapons.
Yeah,
they're doing something.
Yeah, I just played that video just before I called you.
Okay.
And then I also got this letter. I'll read it. I read it earlier.
Official story. This is the official story.
This is from the WhiteHouse.gov. This is from the briefing.
Rock and roll music in the background too.
Yeah, no, because then I get flagged and they mute the video.
Oh.
Yeah, that happened to me the other night. So from the briefing statements from the White House, says President Donald J. Trump approves the District of Columbia Emergency Declaration, January 11, 2021. Today, President Donald J. Trump declares that an emergency exists in the District of Columbia and ordered federal assistance to supplement the district's response efforts due to the emergency conditions resulting from the 59th presidential inauguration from January 11th to January 24th, 21. The President's action authorizes the Department of Homeland Security, Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, to coordinate all disaster relief efforts which have the purpose of alleviating the hardship and suffering caused by the emergency on the local population, and to provide appropriate assistance for the required emergency measures authorized under the Title V of the Stafford Act to save lives and to protect property and public health and safety, and to lessen or avert the threat of catastrophe in the District of Columbia. Specifically, FEMA is authorized to identify, mobilize, and provide at its discretion equipment and resources necessary to alleviate the impacts of the emergency. Emergency protective measures limited to direct federal assistance will be provided at 100% federal funding. So,
and that's why I got cut off unemployment due to the COVID-19 pandemic in California. And then they reduced my food stamps down to $16 a month, and I had to call them back to reactivate it. See, I'm being attacked at other levels, as you can see after I stated that.
Yeah.
Because everything else is going on and people don't get it. I don't get a retirement. I don't get retirement or Social Security.
Now, let me explain this to everybody that doesn't know who you are. So, because he was a Secret Service and Border Security, he's done.
No, let me back up. Secret Service, San Diego PD, U.S. Mint Police in San Francisco guarding the gold that's not there now, and U.S. Customs at the border. And I've cross-trained immigration and all the other federal agencies, 40 different agencies that we enforce the laws for at the border. So I should get like 40 different paychecks, right?
Right.
But Border Patrol, and I have to throw it out there because a lot of people misstate it. Because a lot of Americans don't know what the difference is between Border Patrol and U.S. Customs, DHS, Immigration, and all the other agencies. But we're the guys in blue or dark blue. The guys in the green, they're still wearing green. They just switch patches and wear a different badge or something. That's all. They pick up illegals and they're cross-trained to pick up drugs too. You know, DEA cross-designated thing. But yeah, that's basically it.
Wow. Well, so what? I had the question earlier.
Just eating a muffin, man. In between.
No, I had the question earlier, but I kind of lost it. About
the Insurrection Act?
Well, not that.
DC's being all locked up and shut down because if they don't have an inauguration, that's one thing. I've heard rumors. I don't put much credence in rumors, but you have to measure the lie to measure what the truth is. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
You know, kind of like Joseph Goebbels. If you say a lie long enough, they'll believe it as the truth. That's one way to look at it. But I get stories from all these guys that are hacks out there, you know, and I don't want to mention some of these guys' names, but one guy pretends he's a Navy SEAL. Okay, maybe.
Sorry, let me stop you real quick. I remember now. I wanted to explain to people that haven't heard or knew who you were, the reason why you're on food stamps now, because you were a whistleblower about the human trafficking that was going on, and they basically squashed you. They took away all your pension and all the stuff that you should have gotten, right?
Exactly.
Right.
And
so
I just high-ranking customs officials for human trafficking since '95 when I went public. Some guy named John Heinrich up in Long Beach, he got $250,000 for 167 illegals coming from Mexico, which I had to list, names, dates of birth, in cop terms it's DOBs. Turned the list over to an immigration friend of mine. He runs it through his agency computer to verify if they had documents, entry documents, passports, green cards, other documents, and they didn't. That's a violation. That's 18 U.S.C. 201, which is bribery. You offer $1 to a federal agent, he can arrest you for bribery and put you in prison for a year, at least. Prison, federal prison. There's people in prison right now that have been in there for one email, and Hillary's got, 33,000 and plus? Just to give an example. And then they didn't do shit about it. And I've been vetted by the best internal affairs guys who did do their jobs, but most of them didn't because of who I am. I did it so meticulously and so accurately, not one case ever got kicked out. And I turned over a binder, a 2.5-inch binder that showed 15 years worth of documented incidents that I reported, and gave it to the U.S. Attorney, Amalia Mesa, M-E-Z-A. who is now a federal judge. That's how they reward the Democrats, the left-wing communist Marxists. And the poor FBI agent, Greg Harmon, Harmon, he's rolling his eyes because now he has to take that binder, take it to work, go through every page, make a copy of it. Each page is numbered, and he had to give it back to me while they get their copy scanned and put into a computer with all the information in it. There's no way in hell anybody can come back and say, I didn't do it right. And yet they haven't called me into Congress. The Judiciary Committee is a joke. They need to abolish the Congress and get rid of half the traitors. Most of them have a D after the name, and have them taken to Gitmo and summarily judged under the Insurrection Act, under military UCMJ, and have them executed accordingly for high treason. And that's the death penalty. I'm not into that, and I've seen deaths before. I've seen dead bodies and stuff like that in my training and all that. But if you look back at the stuff that they did to the Nazis or the German officers that got captured, they were still in uniform. They took them out to a barn, lined them up, and 9 or 10 guys lined up and shot them through the heart, killed them. That's a firing squad. If it's an honorable death, it's a firing squad. If it's a hanging or a garrote or a piano wire or something, that's a less honorable death.
Yeah.
And that gets into areas.
Didn't Trump sign that back into action where they can actually do firing squads again?
Yeah. Did he? Has that been signed back in? They can do firing squads for treason?
Oh yeah. Yeah. In fact, I had a guy that volunteered. He was telling me he's ex-military. He volunteers to do it. And I understand all that. I would volunteer to do a certain job if I was given the opportunity, if it was necessary, and proven that it had to be done and nobody else could do it, or they needed somebody who has the training to do something. But you have to look back in history on what they did during the war. And we haven't had a war or a situation where we've had people that were tried for high treason and then executed. I'm trying to think back. What was that famous movie? Private Eddie Slavic. How's that for memory? And I've still got oxygen issues right now. That was Martin Sheen, I think, that played the part. Okay. And Gary Busey was in it too as well. That guy was kind of mixed up according to the movie. And eventually they walked him into a firing squad situation or hanging. And I don't think it was justified because it could have been worked out a different way. And they basically just used him as an example. I don't remember the last execution. I think it was much later. And it might have even been by another country, you know, like France uses the guillotine and some other countries do different things. Hari was another one. She got shot.
I've seen, you know, through the years, stories about how some of these bases that were shut down, they weren't demolished, they're still there. And a lot of their hangar and warehouse spaces were being used to supposedly hold thousands of guillotines, steel guillotines.
Oh, yeah. That was during the Obama administration. And I'd talk to people that I had contacts with who were FEMA, and I'd ask them the basic question. I say, are you guys doing anything? And blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, I got the negative response. And, oh, no, nothing like that's going on. But that was a female contact. And then if you look at the other stuff that's going on, they've reactivated the FEMA camps.
Right. They started flushing toilets again like a week ago.
Yeah, and I've heard people say, oh, no, John, you can't possibly arrest 250,000. And I had another source that increased it up to 280,000 sealed indictments. I said, are you kidding me? They're barely getting started.
Right.
They need to get all those people arrested and seriously. Years ago, months ago, weeks ago. I mean, yesterday was too late. You know, staff. You know, the old hospital term.
Let me ask you your thoughts on Pence. You get a choice, unless you have a really cool C answer. But do you think Pence turned on Trump, or do you think Pence was told to do that so that they could, you know, catch the other side doing their criminal activity? and he was playing a role kind of like that guy in Willy Wonka at the end. He was the guy that would go around saying, "Give me the money to the everlasting gobstopper," and he ended up working up for Charlie or Willy Wonka. Or have I gone too far back?
No, I'm trying to remember Willy Wonka, the movie with what's his name?
Gene
Wilder.
Gene Wilder, yeah.
Gene Wilder, yeah.
Gene Wilder.
So basically a plant. You know, he played his part.
Let me explain. I've worked undercover work, and you're allowed to do certain things if you're working undercover. You're allowed to lie, cheat, steal, supposedly, basically, but specifically the word is lie. That's a term that the left-wing Marxist communist Democrats don't want to use in their vocabulary because they do it every day. So it's so hard for them to remember what they've lied about. They get caught at it all the time. The best way is to tell the truth consistently, then you don't have to remember. You just tell the truth. You ask the question 5 years later, you got the same answer. See what I mean?
Right.
Look at Joe Biden, but that's another mental case. Let's stick with Pence for a minute. Pence is usually supposed to be a good guy who's going to back up the president. He's going to do all the intel, the alien contacts, the military stuff, and all the top secret stuff that the president can't go out and do all the time because he's got to depend on him as his right-hand man. Unfortunately, some of these people are playing stuff about the sting operation with the voting and the Dominion servers and all this other stuff. I'm so sick and tired of it. They got plenty of information, probable cause to make arrests.
Mm-hmm.
They're overdoing it. They're wasting time. But look at Pence again. Now I'm hearing information about different things about him. You know the old saying, I think it's Sun Tzu, Art of War. I hate quoting it sometimes because Steve Pachenik likes to quote it. Sometimes he screws it up. And God bless him anyway. But keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer.
Yeah.
That's pretty intimate, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's.
Think about
so
it.
what you think.
And recently, they're coming out with information that maybe he's part of a pedophile activity, and I go, okay, well, where's the proof? And if you got proof, why aren't you doing something about it? And Trump caught him a couple of times going off on a trip somewhere and called him back. Well, that happens. To be honest, it happens. Right, but if it was for another reason, would be like, how come the Arab Five, the Muslim Five group, Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, and the other females. Rashida Tlaib was going to go on a military flight because she's a congresswoman, and she may have resources through the government to use a military or a government plane to fly to Israel and go visit her friends in the Hamas. That's high treason right there. How come she's not arrested and prosecuted at Gitmo right now? And I'm checking my screen right now. There are no flights to Gitmo. There's a blank corridor to Gitmo. Everybody's lying about Gitmo except me. And I'm telling you, I don't see it unless they got the transponders turned off.
Which is possible.
Yeah, it's possible, but it's not accurate because we've got these other I'm trying not to say dickhead and pricks and trolls and all these other bad words, but after a while you realize, sometimes you got to say it for what it is. But
big boy words.
Navy SEAL, military guy British guy who claims his family's ex-MI5, MI6, and he claimed there was 750 to 800 flights to Gitmo daily in the last couple of weeks. What a bunch of bullshit. Come on. Where's his sources, and what are they coming up with that?
And where's the airport that could take that many flights?
Well, it's supposedly going to Gitmo.
Well, Gitmo doesn't have a runway or an airport.
Yeah, it does.
Well, I'm sure that it has a runway, but do they have like an airport?
What do you mean?
Like,
when was the last time you were at airport? Which one do you like to go to? How about Dulles? Dulles is not a very big airport. It's 20 miles outside D.C.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there. I've landed there. I've flown from there. It doesn't take much to put a couple of thousand feet of runway properly, and you can land an Aeroflot gigantic, bigger than a Galaxy C5A in San Diego at Brown Field, and that's a short runway. Yeah. All you need is a good paved piece of ground, and you can throw a tower. somewhere if you
But
want.
but what I'm saying is 600 flights a day with one
It's
runway.
bullshit. Yeah, it's bullshit.
Yeah, because I'm from a family of pilots, and that just it would be
Because look, I'm looking at the map right now. Hold on a second.
unless they're just dropping them out with parachutes. That's the only way I can see them making that many deliveries in a day.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm looking at a live shot right now on a screen on a computer that shows live aircraft. So if I put the cursor on one, I can see where it's going or where it's coming from. 40,000 feet and is going to land at 12:31 Baltimore, Washington International. 8, 9, 10, 10, 11, 12. So by the time they get there with a 3-hour difference, it should get there. Anything over 30,000 feet is usually military, but commercial flights fly around 30. So anything
Right.
above 40,000 is usually military, usually.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these aircraft do not show their designators a certain way. I'll go to another one. One's going from Florida to some other place, 30,000 feet, 33,000 feet. Another one, Miami to another location, 35,000 feet. That looks like a big plane. I mean, they have big planes. Another one could be a military Learjet or a Gulfstream. There was another one that left Dallas. There's a real small plane that's going to another, left the United States. Sometimes, and I have to tell you this, I'm following just indiscriminately, just checking on all kinds of aircraft. One from Miami just left, and it's going to arrive in Mexico in about a couple hours. But sometimes you get flights allegedly going to a certain location, and it bypasses it or keeps going. And so, wait a minute, it didn't land. What happened? You have to know how to read these things. And I've been trained, Civil Air Patrol. I came from a military family. I've been to Edwards Air Force Base. I've lived at China Lake. That's a top secret military base next to Ridgecrest in the desert. Aliens and UFOs and all kinds of connections with these bases. And I know what JPL looks like because I've been there. So I've looked at JPL at their radar screens, just like you saw in that movie, Close Encounters of the Third Kind thing.
Right.
You know, down below in a basement in an underground facility. And they showed us how they track these things. My God, those guys handle an enormous amount of traffic sometimes. I've seen some planes that are traveling in the same area or almost the same blip, almost on top of each other, but one's at 10,000 feet, the other one's at 20,000 feet, so one's above the other, but they're damn close. There's a unidentified military small plane, which could be Border Patrol or Customs or a government plane at the tip of Florida.
There's actually one that took off out of D.C. yesterday, but the guy, he's called Axle Monkey or something Monkey, and
Monkey Works.
Monkey Works, yeah. And all he does is what you're looking at. And
that's why I'm looking at it again.
Okay, well,
I've seen it stuff. He's another troll, in my opinion, because he'll waste a whole hour claiming this activity's going on, and I go to it, and then he comes up with nothing, and there's no solid proof. I'm telling you right now, I would not tell anybody this stuff unless I saw solid proof. I'm going to give them the best guess, best educated, best trained with all my background and training, what I see and what should happen. And if you don't see what's happening or what should happen, then we're being lied to consistently. We're not being told the truth. We're being given decoys. Oh my God, look at that. The smoke at the grassy knoll. Look over there. And then the shooters are off to the right in other places. It's the same thing.
It's a distraction for something else.
It's a distraction. We're supposed to have a visit from Jesus as a hologram, and we're going to have an alien invasion, supposedly, to distract us from the other events. All this COVID stuff, I think, is a BS lie. Although I take quercetin, vitamin D3, 5,000 international units to 20,000, plus 150 to 100 zinc every day, plus 2 or 3 handfuls of other supplements. And I go out and get sunlight, fresh air. That's the best you can do. Wearing a mask is useless and stupid. And if you look at Carrie Madej, it's spelled Madej. I say Madej. It's supposedly pronounced. She's one of the best medical doctor whistleblowers. Rashid Batard, and then there's Rachel Sellers over in Florida somewhere, plus many others. Wearing a mask doesn't do anything because if it's COVID, it's only 1.3 microns. And when I went to the doctor's office just last week in an elevator, I happened to see a couple of nurses. I said, "Why are you wearing a mask?" COVID is only less than 1.2 or 3 microns, and the mask only covers from 3 microns and above.
Doesn't it say on the box it doesn't cover?
And you're going to suck up all the carbon monoxide and die of asphyxiation because you didn't have the proper mask.
Yeah. Kind of changed direction a little bit. People had questions. One of them is Anna Shills. She wants to know, what about Denver Airport with its murals, plaque, and tunnels? What's happening there?
Yeah, I know about that too. I think I saw something with Jesse Ventura. I don't place much credence in him, but he does have an occasional point of clarity and did expose that. Plus, they were doing an underground base at the airport itself, which is interesting in and of itself. And if you understand about the satanic influence on all this stuff, and I've done shows on Jeff Epstein, Pedo Island, Zorro Ranch. What's interesting is that there's a place in New Mexico up in the upper left-hand quadrant with, I believe, the quadrant road, which is where Dulce, New Mexico, the special top secret base is, and Albuquerque's right down in the same general area. Each area in the desert seems to have a special, unique quality for top secret work, like Alamogordo, Los Alamos, White Sands, New Mexico, stuff like that. A lot of UFO sightings. And what's interesting is that Epstein had that Zorro Ranch out there, and there was a flight with his private jet and 2 Secret Service agents, because I got into that, verified that a guy was being brought over from Israel, somebody you may have heard of, Ehud Barak. He's former prime minister, he's former Mossad. Of course, you're never former Mossad or ex-Secret Service, you're something, but that's the saying.
Yeah.
He was flying back there to Zorro Ranch for what? To go meet up with Epstein because of his connection to Ghislaine Maxwell. And what was the dad's name again that died? He was Mossad.
Oh, her dad, yeah. Excuse me.
No less than 6 former heads of the Mossad attended the guy's funeral. They're collecting data on everybody. It's back to the old days, folks, back to the 50s when we do the Cold War stuff. Kind of like on that James Bond movie, God Bless Sean Connery.
Yeah.
From Russia with love, when they throw a beautiful naked Russian girl at you, and then you kind of go along with it, and there's a two-way mirror taking pictures of you having sex with this female.
Right.
So they use that to extort what they want from the agent to get him to work for him or turn him. That's a common technique. I've even had the approach from a Russian-sounding or Russian-speaking female, blonde, nice-looking, slender, and trench coat with nothing on underneath, and she wanted to give me her phone number at the gate of the White House, off to the side gate where I was working that day. She picked me out, I guess. And I'm just thinking, oh, come on, this is not possible. She's got to be a plant. She's got to be internal affairs trying to see if I'll do the right thing. Of course I'm going to do the right thing and turn it in, and hopefully they'll call me up and work out some sort of an undercover operation. Well, that didn't happen. So either it was an undercover operation on internal affairs to test me, or it really was an agent and somebody else went in my place to do something, or maybe they did something else and left me out of the whole deal anyway.
Yeah.
Because we're supposed to be untouched by our jobs, because we're not supposed to be compromised, and they don't want to put us in a risky situation unless it's absolutely necessary. I could go on and on. I mean, that's Cold War tactics.
Yeah.
And if they're still doing it, and they are, look at what they're doing. The Burisma, the Hunter Biden, the billions of dollars, that's how they money launder their money. And, if Trump knows all this, why hasn't he had these guys arrested and taken to Gitmo and do the old uniform military justice thing?
Well, we got a couple more days. We'll see.
Yeah, 9 more days.
Yeah.
I don't like hurry up and wait. Did you guys get that impression?
No, that was the email. You didn't get that one?
What email?
From the White House to all the Patriots. It says, yeah, just hurry up and wait.
Yeah. I'm one of those special people. I hated hurry up and wait. I'd rather work at the border and get stuff all day long, 3 days in a row. And I did do that. That's what got me all the attention down at the border.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat's asking.
I got accommodations, but I didn't get enough promotions out of it, obviously, because the people that perform sexual favors, they got promoted. The people that were compromised, they get promoted.
Yeah.
So almost every agency that you can think of is probably compromised. Nepotism and all that stuff.
Egomaniac. Yeah. By the way, it was Robert Maxwell, Christina, British and Proud, said. It was Robert. Yeah. And then Mary Posadon 73 wants to know, what do you think about Lynn Wood? But you had a question, Rick, that you wanted to jump in on.
That was the one. That was the one.
That was the one about Lynn Wood. What do you think about Luke? Because a lot of people are just spamming my box with stuff about Lynn Wood and what he says and how it's all part of the countdown with him and Pompeo, and they're going to post every hour, then every half hour, then every 10 minutes, then every minute, and so on.
That seems to be happening. It does seem to be happening.
What does that tell you right there, right?
Yeah.
You know the thing about the troll profile, and I've been dealing with trolls for years. Oh, there's 33,000 sealed indictments about 2 years ago. Have patience. It'll happen. It's coming. It's going to do it. It's going to happen. Bullshit. Then it's up to 50. Then it's up to 100,000. Then it's 125, 150,000. And I'm quoting some of these quotes because now I'm bugging Trump about it. But my emails are either blocked. They're not getting through thanks to people like Mark Meadows and these other shill attorneys. They're keeping him from the actual information he needs to hear or see. And that's what they're doing. That's deep state. And if he thinks Russiagate was a deal, he still doesn't get it. Or he's trying to pull a sting because he's been trained for years to get into this position. I'll mention Oprah Winfrey just because, the pedophile girl, she's involved in stuff. And she was interviewing Trump years ago, like over 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So they had their eyes on him. He may have been groomed. That's the term. And they may have pulled him in, and you may have seen pictures of him at a party situation with Jeff Epstein standing nearby. Like, Jeff Epstein has a very unusual expression. He's not talking to him.
It's kind of like just standing in his presence.
Ignoring him.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, God, how can I get rid of this guy? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's what I read. If I didn't see anything else, I would have said it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Trump's pulling a deal. Maybe he's working undercover. Maybe he's trying to do something. I mean, I like the Elvis Presley case. Elvis Presley wanted to work undercover, and he got a badge from Nixon and all that stuff. So it's
he was supposedly the only person to get into the Oval Office with a firearm.
Technically, he did not get into the Oval Office with a firearm. Intercepted. Secret Service prevented that. And H.R. Haldeman was the chief of staff, so they made arrangements to make a presentation of a gun. Even the Lone Ranger couldn't get into the White House because he had a gun. The dual gun set, 45 peacemakers.
Right.
And that was kind of depressing because I'm a big fan, and I would have enjoyed seeing, Clayton Moore, the Lone Ranger, get in there and, do that, but you can't.
Right.
That places importance on my position. Hold on just a second. I had to get a drink of that Canada Dry tonic water with quinine in it. A little commercial, right?
Right.
The Secret Service were the only ones that are allowed to shoot guns, carry guns, and walk around with loaded firearms because we shot every month. We shot every day at the academy. It's almost like, God, what are we going to do today? We're going to shoot some more? Oh, God, can't we take a break? No, and after that, we're going to shoot some more. It's almost like you're sick of shooting. It's almost like they're doing it intentionally. Man, you better have a good reason to pull a gun and shoot somebody because you're so tired of shooting.
Right.
Sounds like that other promise that I haven't seen yet. Hey, you're going to be so tired of winning, you're going to be begging, please stop. That's too much winning. We need to take that back. We're tired of winning. I'm waiting to get to that. I really want that to happen, but different comparison. But oh yeah, people don't get that. So we've had Marines that worked there, and some guy claimed he worked there and he had access to a gun. No, he didn't. If they did, they would get shot by Secret Service.
Well, hold on, John. I did not as it was a gun, but I did see a video.
It was 45. Go play. It was a presentation.
Yeah, for Elvis. Yeah. No, but back to the when they were busting in on the 6th, there is a video that's going around where it shows they're at a window that's open, not that it's busted out, and people in suits are handing the Antifa guys that were undercover as Trump supporters. They were handing them like beams and stuff and bats, and they started battering on the windows.
I heard about some hammers, like sledgehammers.
Yeah, that were handed to them from the inside.
And they were escorted in.
Right.
Two bus loads. I don't know if they were buses or vans.
There were buses. And they're escorted by siren lit.
That doesn't happen.
I know, but it was caught on video and streamed live.
So it's obvious that they were brought up to the front line.
Right. In Trump gear.
People are trained, and I've fought people like that in Secret Service. You see them at demonstrations and all kinds of stuff. But if you spot the ones out, the leaders, the agitators, those are the ones you shoot first. Okay. I've been at some situations at the border at Tijuana, San Ysidro, the largest land border port in the world, in San Diego, as we say. And we had a bunch of Marias, as they call them, Hispanic older women, with candles, and they're wearing crucifixes, and somebody whips out an American flag, and there's camera guys hiding behind these little women and guys and whatnot, because you think it's just a little peaceful peace march or a church thing. And all of a sudden, somebody whips out an American flag. Now, by this time, I had other customs officials, and I did have a big black Border Patrol agent next to me who happened to be on a detail to help us. And he was bigger than I am. I'm 6'3". He was like 6'5" or 6". Big guy. And they whipped out the American flag. I believe it was cotton. That's a severe waste, because those are hard to get. They're expensive to make, too. Pre-soaked, lit it up, and dropped it on the ground in U.S. territory, but south of the primary booth, which is the clearance booth. Still in U.S. territory, which means we can enforce certain laws and everything. So he started to try and put it out. I had to pull him back. Said, no, leave it alone. Those guys with cameras are taking pictures of you trying to stomp off an American flag. What does that look like? It's already desecrated once they dropped it. Once they put fuel on it and lit it, it's desecrated. Let it burn. What are you going to do to an American flag when it gets desecrated? You burn it anyway. That's my military training. And by the way, folks, I was a Cub Scout and I was a Boy Scout. I learned about the flag.
Yeah.
I think I know a little bit about what the courtesies and what the protocols are. So that's what you're supposed to do anyway. But they're just trying to aggravate and agitate the system. These Antifa people are trained. They're paid by people like Soros to go do their damage. They get paid money to do these things, and they're a special group of people. I'm surprised, if I don't remember that they had somebody infiltrate the group or not. I think they did. But why haven't they arrested these people yet? Some of them are being arrested. I've seen a little bit of that, but not enough to John Carmen's satisfaction.
Yeah.
Get up to 250,000 and go, okay, now we can take a second breath. Where else do we need to go?
Yeah. Real quick, John, to make you chuckle. The guy with the bull horns?
Yep.
That's all over the place. He was at my Disclosure Con last year. I talked to that guy. I thought he was there for the cosplay costume contest.
Who?
The guy with the horns that was in the Capitol.
The guy with the horns. Yeah, that's Jake Angeli.
No, that's his stage name. That's on his.
That's Jake Angeli. I posted his face up there, and he's shaking hands with Rudy Giuliani. He just got arrested 2 days ago.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying he has that's his stage name because he's a performer and an actor. His headshot is now out there. But when they arrested him, they said his real name, and it's Jacob or something. It's an offshoot of that. But either way, it was just wild because I saw him and I'm like, I recognize this guy for some reason.
Probably an ex-Marine too, on top of it.
Oh, he is.
And you saw his tattoos, right?
Well, I couldn't decipher a lot of them.
Well, let me explain. The tattoos he has are Viking in basis, like the three triangles at the upper left chest area. And right below that, he has a gigantic Thor's hammer tattoo, which I know about as well, because I study everything. So he's trying to put himself off as some sort of a shaman or shaman.
Yeah.
And it was on a radio show with some guy named Alex. And Alex is interrupting him, of course, because Alex has a propensity to do that. And he was actually acting nice to him, this Angeli guy. And he was telling us, you're interrupting me. Let me finish. And Alex would keep interrupting him, which is very rude because I've had other people that I know that were honest, great people like Rodney Stitch, Drug in America book fame. I'm in chapter 7. He passed away a couple of years ago. But if a guy's got information, he's putting it out, let him talk, let him get the information out, and don't try to reword it like Alex does, because that's what Alex does. So your favorite color is green. And then Alex will come in and say, so your favorite color is like blue plus yellow, right? No, I didn't say it's green. Well, blue plus yellow is green. See, he wants to twist it his way.
Right.
That's an information agent. That's how they work. That's just an example. By the way, for your information, I'm still scanning D.C. 2 flights flew right over the restricted zone, and they're still doing their thing. And there's a helicopter or 2 hovering near what we could say is probably close near the White House, something.
Wow.
Stationary.
Do you think do you think he's still in the White House? Or is he on a base somewhere?
I don't think he's there right now.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I got another question from
we had a board that we had like a laptop in 74, just to give you an approximate date time. So we had a board that gave the location of the first family and the president or the vice president or whoever's important to know where they're at all times. And if they're in the building, we need to know that. So we take extra precautions or extra aggressive behaviors in case something happens. Otherwise, if nobody's there, then it's like, oh yeah, everything's fine. We're just keeping the building safe, blah, blah, blah. But that's just an extra added piece of information people don't know.
A question from Ariba Serrano. She wants to know, can you ask John what his thoughts are on Q?
Q is not who they think it is, and I've known this all along because the way they worded things and stuff like that. Q is not Trump. If it is, he needs to get his typewriter fixed and get a new speechwriter. It's not who they think. It's people allegedly in a military group above or around that area or that level. But it's still a misinformation thing. And, I've dealt with so many people. I've done interviews with people that think they know stuff, and they go along with it. I said, wait a minute, they don't have my background or training. I have to keep reminding myself, what is your background? What is your training? And they don't have it. I got a guy I know personally who's a whistleblower. He's military intelligence, Army PSYOPs. He has another similar background. And if he looks at stuff, he knows what BS is or what isn't and what they're putting out. And I'm telling you right now, we're being strung along and strung along. How much time do you want to spend fishing with the same fishing pole and the same bait and you're not getting any bites? That's a little parallel, but it's the idea that they're just putting bait out there so that you're getting distracted and you think this is what's going on. Sometimes you do get some truth because that makes it more interesting. But you got to read between the lines and go, wait a minute, that's not normal procedure. If this was going on, something else would happen. See what I mean?
Hmm.
How many times have you heard many stories about Pence being arrested by Secret Service and taken to Gitmo in the last week?
No, yeah, I've heard a lot of people, Soros, all these people have been arrested.
Everybody. And
Yeah.
I'm going, yeah. How many times have you heard, oh, Hillary was arrested and taken to Gitmo and was executed?
Yeah, one can dream.
It's like you're saying with the planes. You got to go to the map yourself and see. You know, if you can't see it, then you know it's just an idea. You know,
Right.
I couldn't too clearly.
Oh, say that again, Rick.
I was saying it's like with the planes. You know, you got to go to the map and look yourself. I mean, if someone's saying there's a million planes there, then you go to the map and there's 2 planes there, then obviously it's not true. You know, you got to get the evidence. You got to go after the evidence and dig in a little bit deeper.
Why do they put out this false information? Do they get off on it? That's like some Hispanic female on YouTube. I can't think of her name. She had a list of all these people like Tom Hanks and Hillary and a bunch of other people, Ellen DeGeneres, you name them. And they're putting out the BS that, oh, this person was taken into custody. They were flown to Gitmo. They were summarily executed. Or they're serving time. Or they're doing this or doing that. How come they get preferential treatment?
Yeah, how are they getting this information? No one else is.
Yeah, that's the thing too. You know, and they no one can ever know their sources. That's the other thing.
All right. Did we lose you? Oh shoot! Hold on a second.
No, I'm back.
Oh,
he's back. Okay.
That's the problem with having a call waiting. Somebody
scary.
One of my contacts was calling in, and I'll just call them back.
You scared me because you were talking about piano wire earlier. You just went silent. I'm like, oh shit. Scared me.
Yeah,
Scared me, John. All right.
We thought it was a conspiracy right there.
Yeah. We thought the Men in Black were coming to you. All right, I got things busting.
All right, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
All right, because it's kind of weird with my jack here. Where was I? I was on a thing about, do these people get off?
About Gitmo, yeah.
I think they do. You look at their face and there's a smirk on it because they think they can lie to you. And they got all these people following you because they're so stupid that they would even listen to such bullshit conjecture. And I'm going, where's the proof? They don't know. They're not law enforcement trained. Where's the proof?
Right.
And then their ultimate comment is, oh, well, the people you see on the news, they're clones. You know what John Carter says? Arrest the clones, too.
Yeah.
And if they're not human, they can be executed summarily anywhere because there's no law about executing a clone, is there?
No.
That's a good one. Yeah, make sure you arrest them all.
That's awesome. Wow. Well, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just like everyone else, just waiting.
Well, that's what you're talking to me. You know, that's why I should be doing radio shows almost every day with everybody else. But I can give them a basic understanding of how things usually work, how they're supposed to work, what normally happens, minus the troll comments if they ever get through. But if they had the training, they would understand what should happen. And how come they didn't go in there and clean out Portland, Oregon the first hour? Because there was that promise put out. Oh, I could clear that up in an hour. Well, do it.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, I saw what our National Guard did overnight in D.C. with all this fencing around the whole city or district. And it's impressive. Because I put stuff like that up for concerts back in the day. And, you know, I mean, if you got a platoon or a squadron of guys, you know, you can knock it out easy. It might take a couple hours, but they did it. And like I was mentioning to Rick earlier before he came on, it's how much of this stuff is going to be permanent. It's not going to come down, you know, because usually when they do stuff like this, when they got a new security toy or camera or sensor or this or that 5G, they leave it there. They don't take it. They don't take it down. So
well, it's temporary so far from what I've heard. I'd have to see pictures.
Yeah.
Have either of you been to Washington, D.C.?
Yeah.
Okay, I used to work there, lived in College Park, drove the Beltway, or a couple of times I drove through the middle, right through the middle from the top of the diagram on the map. 15, 20 minutes, park in a certain location or park in another location, depending on what your division you're working out of. But if they actually did that, they would have to have checkpoints at every entranceway all around the District of Columbia, the Potomac, Virginia, Maryland, which is 3/4 of the distance on the east side.
Well, they've got it in DC, and I just sent you the video. It's 22 minutes of him walking all around everywhere, and
right.
But yeah, it's in your messenger box. I just sent it to you.
Cool. Well, what most of that's coming from is that local female Democrat left-wing Marxist bitch, what's her name, who did not certain people coming into the district. In fact, she wanted to activate the National Guard. She has no authority because she has to go through the chain of command. Chain of command goes to Trump. Trump says no, and then that's it. You see, that's how that works. But after the thing that happened at the Capitol, see, I'm still a little upset about the terminology, making it look like those people that attacked were not all MAGA Trump supporters that did the attacks. Ashley Babbitt, just to mention her name, out of San Diego, was killed, 14-year veteran, and she was murdered. I've seen the video. She was murdered. She wasn't legitimately shot.
Yeah, she was.
That's more BS. But
that she was shot?
I would have expected better support from Trump in a different way. They let those people in. I've seen the films of it.
Well, no, I actually talked about that last night, where there's one specific, there's two, where they're outside the Capitol, and you see the district police officers run up to the gate. You think they're going to like hold the gate or the little fencing thing, right? No.
Those were Capitol Police, not District of Columbia, just to make sure.
Capitol Police. And they grabbed the fence and opened it up and started, with their hands doing hand gestures, going, come on, let's go. Like they were trying to clear a building from, going boom. And
yeah, right.
But they're telling them to go into the building. And then the other video, which I was like, oh, this is all, they let them in. There's no breach. That's all bullshit. It's where as at one entrance, and it had a narrow hallway, and you see 6 or 7 of these Capitol Police. And as the camera's coming through the hall with the people, you see them brace. They go to the sides of the walls, and one of the officers says, and you hear him on the camera, he goes, man, I don't approve of this at all. And so that made me think he was told to stand down, to not,
Right.
They had to have been. By their actions alone, I can see that they weren't going to resist. They didn't pull their guns out. When they get overwhelmed, they back up or turn and run.
Yeah.
That would not happen at the White House unless you're prepared to shoot and kill everybody, which could happen.
And what do you think about the lack of police presence there? I mean, that was one of the most shocking things for me when I first got down there was, where is everybody?
Hold on. Rick, hold on 1 second. Say that again. I'm sorry. Rick was trying to ask a question. Say that last 10 seconds.
No, I was going to ask him, what he thinks about the lack of police presence there when we all get down, all, told it to march down to the Capitol. And when we get down there, we thought we were going to be listening to someone speak or whatever, or something, some kind of event there. We kind of were all thinking that. And when we got there, there was like literally just a handful of police there and a couple of cheesy little gates. That was it.
Yeah.
Really all that was there.
Rick was there that night, John. So what do you think about the response?
Because there was no real leadership. Trump made a comment alleging some sort of marching on Pennsylvania Avenue to the Capitol building. He instead went back to the White House, which is what I would have expected, because the Secret Service is not going to let him go spur of the moment in a crowd of people that they haven't been checked. They haven't got enough agents out there, unless he's going to be in his bulletproof vehicle, driving all the way up and driving all the way back while the agents are out there huffing and puffing. That's one thing. No leadership was there. Antifa people were splinter groups allowed to come up front by
I saw that.
L.L.C. and Schumer and those other traitors. These other people are just out hanging around, the MAGA people and patriots, because that's what they were going to do, is go over there and hang around. And then they got invited in because they thought they were going to be overrun from the inside. So they let these guys in. And then they locked the doors behind them, which means they entrapped them So they could charge him with trespassing or illegal access or breaking in. Well,
Yeah.
what did they break in? Now, that's where Antifa steps in, smashes out a few windows, turns around, walks away. Maybe they drop their mallets or something and let the other guys stand around while there's somebody else's fingerprints with gloves or not laying around.
Yeah, and the Antifa people all
They
had
had a military. They had military style helmets too. The ones
Yeah.
that broke the side window.
Yeah.
And they walked right past me, and I'm like, and the way they were talking as they were going up, like, oh, this is bullshit. We're going inside. And I'm like, you're just Antifa. I mean, it's so obvious. Like, you know, it had nothing. It was such a contrast to everybody else that was there. It was planned. You know, who brings a helmet? What group of people brings a helmet? You know, and the one guy had the camera on top of his helmet too, which was another thing. He was definitely recording it.
Sorry. Cause a situation to go out and get out of hand, which it did.
Hold on. I only got just this last 5 seconds because Rick was talking, then you were talking, and you both. It was just a big cluster. So let's go back again. So let Rick, you go ahead and finish what you're saying, and we'll come back to you. Okay, John. It's just we both were talking over each other. I couldn't understand either of you.
I thought he finished his statement. That's why I interjected back to my stuff.
Oh, it's okay. It's all good. It's all good. Okay, so go ahead, Rick.
No, I was just finishing up the description of the guys that had the helmets on, and one of the things that I thought was peculiar, first of all, was their attitude, their immediate attitude, and the fact that they were saying what they were going to do. They were actually announcing to the crowd what they were going to do: go break inside. And the other gentleman had a camera on the top of his head, and he looked like, you know, one of those GoPros, and he was definitely, you know, acting as if he wanted to catch it all. You know, he wanted to catch, so he was definitely catching footage, you know, of these guys doing whatever they're doing.
Well, I heard all of them had their MAGA hats on backwards so that they could spot each other as well. That was in their instructions.
Yeah, the other ones that didn't have helmets. Yeah. I saw that too. Yeah.
So John, I'm sorry. Now, what you were saying just a moment ago, could you repeat that?
I heard also that some of the Antifa people were wearing special masks or different colored masks, and they could be easily identified that way as well.
Right. Yeah. They had a
Some
few
people may
things.
have had military helmets. No big deal. You can buy a military helmet online. You can buy it at the Army Navy surplus, unless it's a currently used model. Then you might want to wonder. But if they go in with a helmet, they're prepared for certain things. If they go in with knee pads and other protective gear, I'd have to get up close and personal to see what they're wearing. The fact that they let them get in like that,
Yeah.
check
Right.
the risk.
Yeah.
Capitol Police allowed, but they were ordered by higher ranking people, in my opinion, like the chief who just resigned, because he's following orders from the political people.
Right.
And those political people are Democrats, and they have no jurisdiction or authority to order the Capitol Police to do anything. The Capitol Police are just like Secret Service. They're there to do their job. They don't get ordered by a political person to do anything. We don't take orders from the president. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
We grab them by the seat of the pants. We escort them out. We take them where we have to take them in an emergency.
Yeah.
It's real simple. I mean, I've been there. I've done that. I know what I was doing. But there's a lot of observations that I wish I had the ability. And the amount of people that did come in and testify or make statements on another station that were there, I read through their stuff. It's like saying that Ashley Babbitt got shot with a rubber bullet and it had a secondary a device that exploded, like an exploding bullet.
Yeah.
That's BS. Why is he shooting a rubber bullet into the face, into the neck, or chest area? They usually shoot center mass, stomach, arms, legs.
Right.
So it should get to your attention and wake you up and go, oh, shit, that hurts. I better go the other way.
Right. To deter
And
it.
they can continue to shoot you in the back to keep you going, and you can get shot in the back with a rubber bullet all day long, but you should be running away from there to get away from the pain.
Right.
They didn't do that. They didn't have mace at that particular spot. They didn't use a taser. They didn't use a baton, and I didn't hear the guy yell out, "Stop, police, don't move," or any of that. Openly, he actually changed his direction of his aim. He was shooting off he was aiming towards the right-hand door, which would be to your left if you're looking at the video. And then he suddenly switched it over and shot Ashley Babbitt as she was starting to come in.
Yeah.
One round, looks like a Glock, probably a 40, I'm guessing. It's not a 21 model, a 45, because it would be too big. So I'm guessing it would be a 9mm or 40. It's a lot of power. And she obviously got hit. Somebody says she got hit in the neck. That's possible. They didn't do primary triage the way they're supposed to. Some guy looked like he may have been a medic. Maybe he was pulling out some stop bleed, which is a powder, special powder they shove into the hole.
Like the blood clot stuff.
Yeah, to coagulate it. And then you could put direct pressure, and then you could probably save that person's life. Pressure. That's always the first thing they tell you and teach you. And I'm a first responder, and I was an EMT trained and all that too.
Yeah.
But that's just regular field work. That's what they're supposed to teach. But there's so many mistakes and so many police in the area. And another guy in the area, I'm surprised that idiot didn't shoot one of their own. And he's on temporary administrative leave, which is what they're supposed to do. They called it suspension. That's unusual because he shot. It's usually administrative leave. Negative.
Sorry, something just started up.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, Rick, I guess accidentally hit a button and started playing a video. So, real quick, hey Rick, let me ask you something. Did you go inside the Capitol building?
No.
Okay,
Better to do that. I stayed pretty much where I was in the front lawn, and I did go up over the wall to catch some footage to see what others were doing. But other than that, I never made my way up the stairs. I didn't get anywhere near the building. I knew there was some potential for something to go wrong, but it was funny because everyone out there, none of us had any idea that anybody was even in the building because everything happened from the sides of the building. And it wasn't like it was a violent rush. There was no violent rush going on. Like you said, they were let in. People were let in. It was very calm and peaceful the whole time. And the thing that was weird was like I said before, when we first got there, thinking that we're going to have someone speaker, president was going to come down to, talk to us a little bit more. Right away, within minutes, they were firing cannons, they were firing tear gas, they were firing all kinds of stuff into the, not a lot of it, but enough of it to agitate the people in the front. And I think it was kind of like part of it. I personally think there was something going on between the Antifa and those actions, and the fact that there was a lack of police presence there. It was almost like, it looked like they were working together, but it could have just been the fact that they didn't staff enough people and they panicked. They didn't know what to do. They weren't prepared to do the right thing, Yeah.
Or there was like the Oklahoma bombing and 9/11. There was a lot of people who were called, said, "Don't come into work today," or "Come in late."
Right.
So, well, gentlemen, once again another amazing show that I never know what to expect when I hit go live. So I really, really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Thank you, John, for joining us tonight and giving your input.
Yeah, we could do a 2-hour show on this stuff plus more,
Oh yeah, well, I'm saying let's see what happens in the next 48 hours because supposedly something might happen either Tuesday or Wednesday, but we hear a lot. But I think it's better to at least be prepared.
Look at your dates. Try to research dates. April 19th, 95 was when Marat building was done, and that is related to the Lexington Concord Tunney Tavern, 1775, when British troops shot and killed a bunch of Americans there. So if there's a certain date, they have their dates, just like Arab Spring does their dates, Muslim dates, stuff like that.
Interesting. Yeah, it's definitely one way to kind of narrow it down to the possible days. So let's see what happens, and then we'll bring it back on and go from there.
Yeah, call me back because I got to call some contact that just called during the show.
Well, we'll call them back. It'll be a minute because I've got to do a bunch of stuff here.
Sure.
Then I'll give you a late night phone call. How about that? No,
okay.
With no heavy breathing this time.
Just ask, buddy. Ask me.
All right. Thank you so much. I'll call you back here in a bit. Okay.
All right.
All right. Take care. Bye. All right. So that was John Carmen, former White House Secret Service presidential detail during Carter and Reagan, and who was before? Johnson was before Carter, right? Yeah, right. Either way, the president before Carter. There you go. All right. And so he's a really good source of information of what's going on. All right, so I think the question stopped. That's kind of cool because everybody was listening. I like that. Reba says this is awesome. Yes, it was, and we'll have John, John's been on before. We'll have him on again, and I got other guests that I have to pull. And let's see, I got a lot. I got to make some calls. I've been slacking. I'm just slacking. New Year has been so crazy. I've already won a vacation. So, Rick, brother, thank you so much for riding side
No problem.
tonight,
No problem,
man.
brother.
It's a pleasure. I appreciate it. It makes the show a lot smoother when I got people here. So thank you. And thanks everybody that joined us here on the Facebook and the YouTubes, as well as Twitch. Let's see, where else do I go there? Twitch. I don't know. They're knocking stuff down, so I'm not really sure what's still available. Oh, here we go. YouTube, Twitch, D Live, and Periscope. And we all know Periscope's disappearing March 22nd. So I don't know. Let's see if we get a new form of platform to utilize in here in the near future, because the other ones are
dropping like flies, my friend.
like a cancer. It really is. So,
I
and
know.
if you really want real news, or straight, honest to God information, we're not perfect. We make mistakes. We've been bamboozled before too. It happens, but at least we're here trying to get you the best information that people that are awake, you're not getting from your mainstream media. I think this will be the 2 years, 2020 and 2021 of the year of the podcaster, I think.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, well, thank you very much, Rick. Thank you very much, everybody out there. Remember, as long as we all lift each other up, we will all rise together. My name is Doc Skinner. This is 1028 Live, broadcasting from the beautiful White Mountains of Arizona here in these still, I hope tomorrow, United States of America, on this big blue planet that we call Earth, hurtling through space, chasing a gigantic ball of fire. Until next time, my fellow friends, it sounds like you're birds. That didn't sound right. Till next time, friends. I'll catch y'all later. Rick, I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Thanks.